The Dodgers got back on track last night with a 6-5 victory over the Royals, and no surprise, LA is heavily favored again tonight at home. I'll let you know how I'm going to attack this game with a total and a player prop. I'm Steve Seagrave from Picks and Parlays, and today's $5 Tuesday across all WagerTalk brands. We all have single plays locked and loaded for $5 a pop. Right now I have a 4% MLB smash spot. It is a player prop, and we're number one with player props in 2026 over at Picks and Parlays. I do have a special offer to share with you towards the end of the video, but for now, if you guys enjoy this content, you know what to do. Hit that like button if you would. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And drop those MLB picks in the comments section. Who you got tonight? Sides, totals, props. I'll be checking those and responding back to you guys. So quick Monday video recap. We took it on the chin. We had the under in the first 5 in this game, Dodgers-Royals. It was 3.5 at plus money. They get to 5. It was really just one inning where each team allowed 2 runs. Outside of that, we were on course to cash the ticket. And then we also had Bryce Terang as a bonus play to go over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBI. But he went hitless. Didn't put up a single HRR. So we look to move on to tonight. We got Royals at Dodgers game 2. First pitch 10:10 p.m. Eastern from Dodger Stadium. Like I said in the intro, LA won last night 6-5. However, they have still lost 8 of their last 10 games. Royals not much better, losing 8 of their last 11. So both teams still relatively ice cold if you look at the last 10 games, although the Dodgers have gotten back on track somewhat and won 2 of their last 3. Didn't stop the books from putting out a huge line tonight. Dodgers minus 245. We have a total of 8.5. And there has been money coming in on the over, and I agree with that movement. This one opened at 8 and has now moved up to 8.5. Not a ton of side movement. Obviously, money is going to come in all day long on the Dodgers playing at home, heavily favored. However, Blake Snell is making his first start in quite some time, so we'll have to see how that pans out. And speaking of that, tonight we got Michael Wacha versus Blake Snell. And like I just said, this is Snell's first start since May 9th. He dealt with an elbow issue. He's only thrown once this season, 3 innings, 4 earned runs against Atlanta, and that was on May 9th. That was his lone start for the season. We can't expect him to pitch very deep into this game. And the Royals have actually hit him pretty well, batting .302 against him, with a single home run, 56 plate appearances. Not the biggest sample size, but a decent sample size. However, KC 23rd in WRC plus and 19th in ISO power against lefties over the last 30 days. So I think Snell probably pitches pretty well. However, I don't think he's going to pitch very deep into this game. It's going to expose this Dodgers bullpen a bit. And the LA bullpen is a bit taxed right now after using, I believe, 4 arms last night. Looking at Michael Wacha, he's 5-8 on the year, 3.44 ERA, 1.15 on the whip. He has solid numbers on the surface. However, some of his underlying metrics tell us that he's probably due for a bit of regression. He's starting to struggle and scuffle just a little bit here as the season wears on. We'll talk more about that in a minute. However, he was serviceable in his last outing. He only allowed 1 earned run, 5 2/3 at home against Minnesota. However, he is a bit worse on the road, 3.87 ERA when he pitches on the road. And current Dodger sluggers have thrived against Wacha, batting .382 with 4 home runs across 78 plate appearances. Dodgers against righties, though, over the last 30 days, 20th in WRC plus, 23rd in ISO power. I still think this Dodgers lineup is going to get on Wacha tonight. And that's why we're going to be looking towards the over here. But we're going to do a quick peek at the pens. Over the last 30, both struggling bullpens. Dodgers 26th in ERA, 23rd in whip. Royals even worse, 29th in ERA, 28th in whip. So 2 bottom 10 bullpens, you're looking at the Royals. We're talking bottom 2 bullpen over the last 30 days. A couple of starters, Waka, sometimes can get some length out of Waka sometimes, but lately he has been struggling to pitch deep into games, and I can't expect Snell to pitch much more past 4 innings tonight, if I had to guess. So as far as the side, I have no opinion. I kind of would lean towards the Dodgers on the run line. Not crazy about taking that at home, though, considering that we could lose the 9th inning or extra innings if the game goes to extras. If you have the run line at home, now you need a multi-run homer to cash the ticket. I'm not crazy about the side in either spot here. Can't really back KC in my opinion tonight either. It might be a way to look as some sort of like an underdog ticket. I just think it just feels like a no-brainer here. Go right back to the well with the over. We saw last night these teams combined for 11 runs in a 6-5 game. Bats stepped up. Dodgers bats have been better at home all season long. You look at Michael Wacha over his last 4 outings. We talked about him struggling with some underlying metrics. 4.31 expected ERA and a 40% hard hit rate. So these teams are barreling up against Wacha. Last 4 starts, hitting him pretty well. Again, I feel like I've said it 5 times now. Snell isn't pitching very deep into this game. Tons of exposure for both bullpens in this one. And we just went over these bullpen numbers. This Royals bullpen is horrible, and this Dodgers bullpen is not very good at this point. So give me the over 8.5 with a ton of confidence there as well. Then we're going to look towards a player prop here. We're look towards Freddie Freeman to go over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBI. A little juicy, minus 140, minus 145, depending on where you look. However, he has gone over in his last 2 games. Big game for him last night as he goes 3 for 4 with a couple of ribbies. And he has a great track record against Michael Wacha. 8 for 15 with a home run and a double. We just talked about Wacha struggling to pitch deep into games. We just talked about this Royals bullpen being horrible this season. There are plenty of guys in this lineup that have had success against Wacha. I think Ohtani is 2 for 6. Teoscar Hernandez has even better numbers than Freeman. So Freeman's going to be surrounded by Dodgers bats that have thrived against Wacha. Let's look for Freeman to get the job done again tonight. Go over 1.5 HRRs. Let's go over 8.5 as the total with a slight lean. I don't even want to give you a lean on the side. I much just prefer you guys play the total. Go over 8.5 and go over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs for Freeman. A little bit juicy. But guys, like I said, today's $5 Tuesday. Great chance to check out what all these cappers are all about over at WagerTalk, Picks and Parlays, Sports Memo, Winners and Whiners. All of our plays are $5 a pop. Like I said, I have a 4% MLB player prop, and I'm going to be posting a WNBA play as soon as I get off here as well. And right now, you guys can still buy 3 days, get 3 free. 6 days all access, $69. It includes 5% plays, 5% play alone, $35 for the cost of 2 5% plays. You get all of my plays across 6 days, across all sports. We have longer term packages as well on my page over at Picks and Parlays. And if you guys are looking for my client plays, those are over at pnp.buzz/SS. pnp.buzz/SS. As always, the link is in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button on the way out. Drop a comment if you guys have a couple of minutes. Let's look for a high-scoring game tonight. Let's look for Freeman to have a big game tonight and bust out that broom for tomorrow's video. Good luck tonight, guys, and I'll see you next time.